People, hello, how are we? Hopefully we're all doing well. I'm Tom. Nick Ball stops Ronny Rios. And I actually want to start this video by saying well done to the ref, which might surprise some of you, but a lot of people, myself included, are very quick to criticize people, judges, referees, when something goes wrong or a decision is poorly made or perhaps not made and all that sort of stuff. And rightly so, don't get me wrong, but in the same breath, I think it's quite important to give people their flowers when they've done a good job. In the same breath, it's important to say when somebody's done well. And that ref, for me, did a fantastic job. So I wanted to start this off by saying how good a job he did. For me, the ref did an amazing job. Things like him being on Nick Ball from the outset for pushing Ronny Rios. That's something that can be quite easily overlooked, something that's quite easily sort of glossed over and missed, especially as it's Nick Ball's kind of homecoming fight. And it was a very loud crowd. I think it came quite easy and let's be honest, he was kind of thumping Rios in there. So quite easy to ignore that, but he didn't. He was on Nick Ball from the outset for pushing Rios. He was also on every low blow, every headbutt, you name it, he was on it. And the know-how to not stop that fight, not just in the third round, but in other rounds too. He could have definitely stopped it. I don't think anyone would have really been complaining if he stopped it, especially in that third round. But the know-how to let Ronny Rios fight on, and then he did, and what a fight it became. That, for me, was fantastic reffing. So yeah, what a fantastic ref. For me, he did everything right on the night. And that's easy to miss over. Look, it's right to call out the bullshit and say when things aren't right. 100% that's right to do that. But in the same breath, like I say, it's also right and the good thing to do, to say when people have done well, to point out the good things. So yeah, let's give the man his flowers. Well done. With regards to the actual fight itself, it was phenomenal. Genuinely an amazing fight. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch it. It kind of went how I thought it was going to go, but also it kind of didn't go how I thought it was going to go. Ended up being a really good brawl, good scrap, good fight. Rios had his moments. Nick Ball had a lot of his moments. It didn't really to and fro, but there were moments when I sort of thought Nick Ball's putting himself in harm's way here, which he was, and ultimately it paid off, but it had everything for me. How Rios made it through that third round, I will never know. He was dead on his feet. What a round. What a knockdown. And like I say, he was dead on his feet. The ref was so close to stopping that. And quite frankly, if he did, I don't think there would be many complaints at all. He was just swinging for the sake of swinging. He was never going to hit anything. He wasn't swinging for anything. It was one of those where he thought, if I don't, the ref's going to step in here. So he was just swinging for the hills, missing every time, out on his feet. Nick Ball putting the pressure on him for the rest of that round, somehow made it through. I mean, you can't say this man hasn't got any fight in him. Wow, how he made it through, I'll never know. And the ref nearly didn't let him. Not only did he weather the storm that was absolutely being thrown at him in round 3, he actually came back quite strong as well. Like, round 4 was pretty close, and then round 5 was really close. I wasn't really scoring the fight because I was watching it, I was enjoying it, but it was also pretty much one-way traffic, so I wasn't actually scoring the fight. But I remember watching it thinking, that was a close round. And I actually said, not only after round 3, he pulled it back a little bit in round 4, but he might have actually won that round in round 5. And then the scorecards popped up pretty much just as I said that, the little commentator scorecards, and they gave it to him. They gave Ball 1-4, Rios 5, and Ball 6. And I said, he was getting stormed, but how he came back from round 3, I'll never know. How he survived round 3, I'll never know. What he did in round 4 was impressive, and what he did in round 5 was even more so. And like I say, I wasn't scoring the fight, but I mean, if I was, I said, he might have won round 5. Now, whether it was him winning the round or Nick Ball had just completely blown a gasket in that third round, I don't know. But quite frankly, I don't really care. It was impressive either way. To get through that third round, do what he did in the 4th round, and then actually probably win the 5th round is seriously impressive stuff. I don't care why he did it, how he did it, or Nick Ball's effects kind of on that. I mean, well done to Ronny Rios. After that, Ball kind of regained his relentless pressure, got his second will. He came back on, it was relentless. He got another knockdown. Eventually the knockout came. Pretty heavy knockdown. Rios fell through the ropes, out of the ring, which led to the towel being thrown in. But fair play to Ronny Rios. Even then, he got back to his feet, probably would have continued. But Ball got what he wanted. 10th round stoppage, a knockout. So there are a few takeaways from this, one of which we already knew. Ball means business, but I think the main one for me was, holy fuck, Ronny Rios is made of some serious stuff. Like, how he got through that, I really don't know. What a tough guy. And if this is his last fight, wow, he is made of some seriously stern stuff. He just did not stop. As for what next, well, Rios might just retire. I'm not saying that I think he should. I'm not necessarily saying that he will, but I think it looks like he could. I think that loss might mean he does. There's only so many of those you can take in terms of like beatings, and at his age, that one looks like it might have some lasting effects. That was serious. So for him, perhaps retirement. And I don't say that lightly. Like I said, I'm one of those people that think people will jump on the bandwagon that fighters should retire sooner than they should. People calling for AJ to retire and things like that. But if he wants those top fights, he's going to take more and more of that. And there's only so many of them you can take. He's got a lot left in the tank, clearly. He can fight, clearly. So lower levels, I'm all for it. But at that kind of level, he's got to be done. And as for Nick Ball, maybe a bit of a break. His nose was pretty busted up. And although it was fairly one-way traffic, it's not like Ronny Rios didn't get anything in there, did he? So you don't go for a 10-round war like that, throwing bombs at each other, taking hits, even though it may not have been that many, and not need a bit of a break. So perhaps a short break. I know he likes to be an active fighter, so a short break. And then hopefully, fingers crossed, we might just see the Inui fight. And what a fight that would be. I don't know. I'm hoping, though. Thank you so much for watching, people. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Make sure you leave a like, a comment, subscribe if you know how YouTube works. Peace.